Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kemi, and I'm here to talk about Love Island USA Season 7, Episode 12. And America, we did our big one on this one. Wow. Okay, we're going to start at the beginning, and then we're going to get to the juicy part where we all here for. Okay, so Hannah is coming back from that makeout session that she had with Pepe, and she's with they all pull together, and Nick like says, "Oh, Pepe, you got some lipstick on your face or whatever," and he's just like, "Oh, okay," and he's like wiping it off, and Hannah's just like smiling, and then Nick realizes what he said, and then Pepe walks away. She calls him out. She's just like, "Man, you called me out. Why would you do that?" And he was just like, "Well, what did I do?" And then she explains, and he was just like, "But I didn't say it in front of Charlie." And they were just like, "No, but you said it in front of Austin, his best friend." And Austin had left by then because he went running to go and tell Charlie. So um I I I'm so stuck on America's Vote and what happened at the end of this. Like, I literally just paused and rewatched America's Vote. I mean, stop and rewatched America's Vote. Okay, so Charlie and Hannah talk. He lets her know he understands, like, she needs to explore her connections. Um, yeah, he lets her know he understands she needs to explore her connections, and he's going to explore his too. We see Chelley and Austin talking, and he's letting her know that he's pulling back because he feels like she is gravitating towards Ace, and it's like he doesn't want to be in this love triangle. And Shelley's thing is like, I have a connection with you, I also have a connection with Ace, and Ace is like, he's applying that pressure, and he's doing like little stuff, which is I like. And, like, we have good conversations, but like, is that all that we're going to have? And so she's talking to her confessional, and she's just like, I like sitting here with Austin and him, like being him being defeated and this and that. And she's just like, this is just, I'm like exhausted already. And like, I don't want this in a relationship. So again, she's leaning towards Ace, with her not knowing that Ace is leaning towards Iris. So we see Jeremiah and Huda talk, and like, they're all over the place at this point. It's like, yeah, they're all over the place. So he tells her about his talk with Iris, and how he tells Huda how when he was talking to Iris, he was letting her know that him and Huda had, I'm sorry, him and, there we go. I can't see without my glasses, sorry. So he's talking about how him and Iris were talking, and he was like, they were talking about the whole what happened with him and Huda, and she gets mad. She's just like, "You don't ever tell anybody our conversations or what happens with us, and if we're fighting, you don't ever tell nobody that." And he's just like, okay. And again, they're all over the place, so it's just like, Lord. So we see Chelley and Ace talk, and Ace lets her know that he has a connection with Iris, and he wants to explore that, but he still wants to explore a connection with her. And so at this point, she's just like, "Yeah, I'm good, because like, you want to explore a connection with everybody that comes in. Like, I'm not just gonna be sitting here waiting." And it's just like, that's true. Like, you keep saying you have this connection with me, but then as soon as somebody else comes in, you want to explore a connection with them. And it's just like, yeah, I understand where Shelly's coming from. At this point, you've been talking to her for 10 days. Like, you should know if you want to, like, if you want her to be like somebody that you want to continue to explore something with. But as far as how Shelly's feeling, like, she has a right to feel some type of way, because it's just like, I'm I'm exploring a connection with two people, like Austin, who's been here since day one, and Ace, who's been here since day one. New guys are coming in, but they're not turning my head. So it's like, I'm still exploring with the two people that's here. Ace is just like, you explored with me, you explored with Sierra, you explored with Amaya, you explored with Iris. It's just like, who aren't you going to explore with? And again, that's what the game is. But I feel like at this point in the game, if Ace still keeps coming back to her, then he should just cut his losses and just want to be with her at this point. But he wants to taste the rainbow, and it's just like, I mean, that's what the game is for. But at this, not even at this point, that's what the game is for. So continue to do you. Just know that Chelley ain't gonna be there anymore at this point, because Chelley is just like, yeah, I'm good. Like, I'm good. So Ace shot himself in the foot with that one. Like, again, Chelley is just like, I'm good on that. So they all go to bed, and Hannah gets mad because Iris and Charlie are talking, and she's just like getting mad, and it's just like, girl, you can't get mad. You were just making out with Pepe just a few minutes ago. Like, girl, I can't have a conversation with the girl. Like, it's not like we talking about anything. They were just talking about birds, and it's just like, girl, calm down. So they go to bed. Huda and Jeremiah are nasty. Like, they done hunched. I thought they already did, but apparently this night was the first time they did, and they done hunched. So, girl, what? I'm like, Huda, like, are you okay? You know what? At this point, Huda just gonna be Huda. So do you, girl. So again, Hannah's upset with Charlie. He's upset because Charlie had, this is the next day. Ace had brought Iris breakfast, and Olandria and Chelley was just like, noted. Okay. So Charlie pulls Iris for a chat, and Hannah's upset. So she's talking to Taylor about it, and she was just like, Pepe pulled me. I didn't pull him. And he's over there pulling her for a chat and all this other stuff. And it's like, again, you cannot be mad. You was just literally making out with this man in y'all spot. Stop it. So after he done talked to her, after Iris and Charlie had talked, Hannah and Charlie talk, and they I guess they kiss and make up or whatever. Taylor and Olandria are talking about Jalen, and she lets him know that um, she likes, like, if I think she likes Taylor more because she's not one for physical attraction. She rather you stimulate her mind. So she likes the fact that Taylor gets her like on her mind level, and not just because she's beautiful. But with Jalen, it's just like he's like always telling her how pretty she is and how this and that, and how he wants to kiss her and everything. Like, he didn't kiss her on the cheek, he didn't ask to kiss her on the cheek, he's asked to kiss her on the lip, and she's just like not feeling that, because she's just like, that's I'd rather you get to know me first before you start doing all that physical stuff. So she's like more into Taylor than she is Jalen. They play a game of Got Wood, where the guys will they knock a limb down. It's a question. They pick a guy, whatever guy that they pick that fits the question that they answer. That guy will choose a girl that they're gonna have to cut the wood for. Then the guy who answered the question picks a girl that he wants to kiss on the log, and then they have to pick a bear, and then they go into the cabin with the bear, and they can do with the person that's on the bear, and they can do whatever. So the first question that was asked, it was who needs to be asked, like who needs to leave the house immediately. And it was, I think it was Austin who picked first, and he had said he picked Jeremiah, and it was just like, oh, and it's just like, it's the truth. Jeremiah and Huda need to go, honestly. But yeah, so they played that game. The person who got picked the most to go into the cabin, like based off of the bear, was Olandria. So she was kissing everybody, and she was just like, oh, okay. So Jeremiah had picked her. So when they went into the cabin, they was kissing down, and he was just like, man, I'm gonna go in, like, I don't care. And like as they were kissing, the door to the cabin opened, and Huda's over there trying to look and see, and she's just like, they really kissing. And she keeps saying she's not mad, but she was mad. So they played that game. They all go back to the villa to discuss what happened and all this other stuff, and then they talk about Jeremiah and him having fun, and he's talking about they ask him how do they feel about Huda's reaction whenever he's in the game and he has to kiss somebody, and he was just like, they ask him, like, is it, how do you feel about that? And when y'all are out in the real world, do you feel like her, like the way she's acting now, is she gonna act like that? If she does act like that when y'all are out in the real world, like if you want to go out with your boys, like what you gonna do, how you gonna handle it? Giving him things to think about. The girls are talking, and Huda keeps saying she's not mad at the fact that Olandria kissed Jeremiah. I mean, that Jeremiah kissed Olandria. She keeps talking about it. um uh Again, we see Alandria. After this is when Alandria talks with Jalen, and then he asks for the kiss, and so they kiss on the lips. Pepe talks with Hannah, and they making out, and Charlie pulls Amaya, and he lets her know that, like, I have a connection, and I want to pull it. I want to have, like, I want to explore a connection with you. And she's just like, yeah, no, I'm not about to do that to my friend. Like, I understand that, you feeling the type of way because, like, a new guy has come in and it feels like she's moving away from you. And so you're like moving on pure emotion and instincts, but I'm not going to do that. This is just like, it's not like, it's okay. You never know where her head is turning. So, she's feeling bad. She starts to cry, and he's just like, man, I'm sorry, like, he feels bad about asking her about it or whatever. And he let's see what else happens. Like, she talks him off the ledge. And at this point, it's like Charlie is trying to do anything to stay in the house, and he put Amaya in a bad spot, and I felt bad for her because I was just like, dang, like, you ain't tried to talk to her at all, and now all of a sudden that your girl is talking to somebody else, now you want to be like, oh, I want to shoot my shot with Amaya. And it's just like, no, like, so we see Taylor and Alandria talking, and again, she tells him about the kiss, and how she doesn't like the physical. This is the part that I was talking about. She prefers the mental over the physical or whatever. So we see Hannah and Amaya talk. So Amaya told Hannah what happened, and then Hannah talks with Charlie, and um they talk, and they're just like, this is like they recommit themselves to each other or whatever. And then we see Iris and Ace talking, and their connection is strong. You can see, like, their connection is really strong. Then we see Huda and Jeremiah talk about the challenge, and she was like upset because she was just like, you kissed her when you didn't have to kiss her. And he was just like, but they said we can do whatever. And she was just like, exactly, you can do whatever. But like when Taylor and Sierra were in there, they weren't kissing. They was just like banging on the walls and whatever. But you decided to kiss her. So again, she's mad, and it's just like, Huda, stop it. This man, like, whenever there is a challenge, you are always upset about him kissing a girl. When he was attempting to kiss Amaya in that first challenge with the baseball, he could barely kiss her because he was staring at you because you was staring him down. When they did the pie challenge, like, he gave Alandria a kiss because he was afraid. He gave her a peck because he was afraid to kiss her because of you. Then when y'all first met, like, even the very first meeting that y'all had, like, when he kissed you, and then you picked him, and then I think it was Ulisa who tried to kiss him, and he turned his cheek for her to kiss on the cheek. And it was just like, since day one, this boy has not been able to kiss anybody in a challenge because you were always complaining. It's just like, girl. And then when Iris came to kiss him for this last for that leather and lace party, you bent over backwards to, like, essentially cuss her out for kissing him. And it's just like, girl, are you okay? You're not okay. So now we get to America's vote. So Ariana comes in, and that dress was bad. She looked real good. So she comes in, and she lets them know that America has been voting for who the bombshells are going to be coupled up with. So again, we did our big one. So she tells the bombshells to come up there. She lets Jalen know America voted for him to be with Alandria, which is what we wanted. But now it's just like, dang, I low key, because Alandria she ain't feeling him like that. But we shall see what happens. Then America voted for Pepe to be with Hannah. So she's feeling like, like, oh my God, like, oh, because she just, recommitted herself to Charlie, and she was just like, there's nobody that I want. And then the America voted for Iris to be with Jeremiah. When I tell you, Huda was just like, what? Like, what? And Olandria was just like, oh man, that's messed up. And Ace bust out laughing. I was just like, oh my goodness. So Charlie, Taylor, and Huda are vulnerable because they're single and they're vulnerable. So they Ariana asked Huda, why does she think America voted that way? And she was just like, because Iris said that she wanted to get to know Jeremiah. And it was just like, no, that's not why we voted for Jeremiah to be with Iris. Like Olandria says in the next episode, America is seeing something that they aren't seeing. And what we are seeing, America, is that you, Huda, and you, Jeremiah, don't need to be together. Y'all are faking the funk. Y'all aren't real. Y'all are just, Huda, you going too fast, too soon, and you just need to relax and you need to be away from that man. So then we find out that one of the three, one of them has to go. And the ones who are going to vote are the ones who weren't recoupled. So that's Chelley and Austin, Sierra and Nick, Ace and Maya. Yeah, I think it's those. It was, yes, because Sierra went first. So Sierra picked Charlie. Nick said Huda because he was just like, she's not exploring. She's been coupled up with the person day one. She's not trying to meet nobody else. And they're not, she's not doing the experiment the way it's supposed to be done. Then we have Austin picks, and he picks Taylor, which was so confusing because I really thought he was going to pick Huda. I honestly thought he was going to pick Huda because the way he was saying it was just like, it was because he was just like, this person hasn't explored anybody else and all this other stuff. And it was just like, I thought he was going to pick Huda, but he picked Taylor. So it was just like, okay. So then Chelley picks, and she picks Charlie. So at this point, the vote is that right? It was 1-1 before before Chelley picked, so it was 1-1. So then Chelley picked, and she picked Charlie, so it was 2 for Charlie, 1 for Huda, 1 for Taylor. Then Ace stands up, and Ace gives a soliloquy. He lets it be known that they not Huda and Jeremiah, because he picks Huda. And he was just like, they not serious. They've been coupled up since day one. It's fake. It's not true. They not doing the experiment the way they're supposed to be doing their experiment. So he picks Huda to go home. So the last person to pick is Amaya. And I honestly thought she was going to pick Huda too, because it was just like, based off of what everyone was saying and what everyone is seeing, it's like Huda should be the one to go home. But no, she picks Charlie. And the reason why she picked Charlie was because of everything that happened and him like spazzing out and crashing out off of Hannah getting to know Pepe. And it was just like, I didn't understand that vote. Like, I didn't understand it because, like, by that logic, I would think that you would want to keep him there so that, well, no, I take that back. I do understand. Do I understand it? Look, do I understand that vote? Because it's like, by the logic that she said, I would think that she would want to keep him there so that he could fight to be with um Hannah, since Hannah got recoupled up with Pepe. But then at the same time, by what he said, because he crashed out, I would see why she would want him to go home because of the because of that. But then I also feel like maybe they sent him home because it would be uneven, because it'd be more boys than girls in the house. Because right now, with him going, it's the perfect amount of people, same amount of boys, same amount of girls. So I guess, I don't know. But so Charlie gets sent home, and Huda is reeling because she done heard what Nick and Ace have said about her and Jeremiah has also heard, and so he looked like he pissed. So that's how the episode ends, with Charlie going home, and we see in a preview that Ace and Jeremiah are going to get into it. And Olandria is going to say America is seeing something that we not seeing, which is why they picked how they picked. And so it's just like, I can't wait until tomorrow's episode to see like what's really gonna happen, because I can't wait to see this crash out from Jeremiah and Huda's crash out too, because she's seen crying her eyes out, and it's just like, girl, I don't understand why you don't see it yourself that this man is not into you and he's faking the funk. Like, and I also feel like he's not going to sleep in the bed with Iris. I feel like he's going to shut her off so that he can get back with Huda. And I feel like if that happens, I need us to vote them out. I'm sorry, because I don't see them as being real. I really don't see them as being real. And it's just like, Huda, girl, you was just complaining to this man that he's not doing enough. He's not doing enough for you. He's not doing cute little things for you. He's doing the bare minimum by just bringing you breakfast. That's like he's doing the bare minimum, and you sleep with him. You literally had a conversation with this man about him not doing enough for you. Him, like, you were so upset about him not doing enough for you. You were talking to the girls about it. You walked away from him about it. Like, all of these things that like you were asking for, and then you sleep with him. Like, of course he's not going to he's going to continue to do the bare minimum for you. You already given it away, girl. Like, no, no, mama, no. But girl, yeah, so that's how the episode ended. So the new couples are now, it's Pepe and Hannah, Olandria and Jalen, I said Hannah already. Sorry. Why can't I think of these people's names? Let me start over. It's Pepe and Hannah, Olandria and Jalen, Jeremiah and Iris, Sierra and Nick, Ace and Amaya, and Austin and Shelley. And then Taylor and Huda are single, so they're by themselves. So those are the new couples that we have. So we shall see what's going to happen in the next episode, tomorrow's episode. So if you guys like what you see, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and also share this video. And I will see you guys in the next one.